What's up, fam? I go by the name of Blessons. I'm a producer and mix engineer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And today I want to share a quick trick that I like to use when setting my low end in the mix. Let's get into it.
Blessons did it.
Now, full disclosure, this is not a set it and forget it type trick, right? This is more of an analysis trick to help you understand where your low end is currently sitting in the mix and a tool you can use to help you get your desired outcome, right? Now, for my producers, stick with me because I'm going to show you how you can use the same tip to help pick out your kick in 808 when making a beat, okay? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, as you can see here in Pro Tools, I have these orange tracks, right? Now, these orange tracks are references that I like to use from time to time when I'm mixing, okay? This is a Little Baby track, California Breeze, and then y'all know I'm a Dolph fan, so I got a Dolph mix here, okay? Now, I'm going to play these, and what the tool that I'm talking about here is, you know, my Pro Qs, right? Whether 2 or 3 or whatever, this is what's going to assist us. I'm going to play these tracks. You're not going to hear the audio because the copyright police have been on my head since I've been streaming, right? Using references, but we don't need to hear the actual sound for us to see what I'm about to show you, okay? So I'm going to play the first track. This is the Little Baby track. I want you to pay attention to about 200 and below here, okay? I'm going to do the same with the Dolphin, then we're going to talk about it here. So let's look. Okay. All right, so from about 200 below, pay attention to the curve. You see how it's like that, comes down. Pay attention, it's at +6 is, and these are the full mastered versions, right? I've purchased these on hdtracks.com. Now let's do the same thing with the Dolph track. Let's take a look here. Pretty much the same kind of curve. So what are you noticing here? You're noticing that none of these tracks, and well, let me say this. I encourage you to pull up your favorite tracks and do the same type of analysis. If you're looking at this here, you'll notice that under 200 hertz, nothing goes above that +6, right? Now, again, these are full mastered versions. Another thing you can do is, and you know what? I'll get to that in a minute. Don't let me spoil that. So how can we use this? Okay, how can we use this when you're mixing? I have this track here and I mix this kick in 808. Okay, let me mute these. And what you can do is, you know, let's say you're at I would use this at the end of my mix, right? Like, got everything sitting right. I feel like everything is good, but I want to make sure my low end is really good on this track. So what I'll do is I'll play the kick in 808, for example, here. And you see where it's sitting, right? Now, let me show you this because I've taken screenshots of, if I can pull it over. Okay. This is my mix. This is the Little Baby mix. Okay. Now look, about 200 below. Okay. See how my kick is going a little over? So that tells me there that I might want to bring that kick down a little bit. Now, obviously, your ears is the true sign, right? So you always want to trust your ears. But there's nothing wrong with having a little more tools to work with. That way you can make decisions accordingly, right? So in this sense, I would probably pull that 808, that kick down a little bit, maybe even the 808. You see what I'm saying? However, another thing you can do, and this is what I do from time to time, is I'll take one of these reference tracks, okay? I think right here I have, this is the California Breeze track. And what I've done is I've clip gained it down, you see -11.2, to hit this VU meter at -15 dB VU. Now you might be saying, why do that? Well, when I come out of my actual, when I come out of the box into my analog summing chain, I like to hit it at -15 dB VU. So what I'll do is I'll put that same Pro Q2 or Pro Q3 on my on my drum bus here, for example. See that? Okay. And I skipped a step, got a little ahead of myself. Remember that thought, because we'll come back to that. Go back over here and let's analyze the -15 one, all right? Okay, you see that curve? How it's hitting? So that way I can take that and I can come back over here to my drum bus before it's even going into my 2-bus chain, and look and see where it's hitting. Let's see what we got here. Okay, see how that's poking out a little more. If we looked at the reference, we noticed that the kick or the 808, whatever, I don't remember exactly, but it was hitting at 0, right? So don't get too caught up in, oh my God, it doesn't hit, it doesn't have to be exactly. I'm just giving you some tools to think about if you run into these situations, because there's been many times that maybe my mix, I want it to hit a little harder. Maybe the kick that I'm using is different. These are things that you want to keep in mind while you're doing this. But again, these are just tools if you run into these situations to help you analyze and basically reverse engineer what's going on. Okay, now for my producers, what I like to do, and this is a cool thing you can do when you're making a beat, right? Let's say you're making a beat, you have a kick and you have an 808, and you love the way it sounds, but they're starting to distort. They sound crazy, and you're like, I don't know what's going on here. You can pull up a Pro Q2, Pro Q3, anything with the analyzer, right? And then if you play the kick, for example, let's play the kick by itself, okay? You can see what frequency is the fundamental. So here about 70 on that kick, right? Now let's play the 808. Okay, sound 40. So you see the 808's at 40, the kick is hitting at 70, right? Sometimes you'll pick a kick that they basically have the same frequency range. So they're both, some of the 808s that have a kick in it can kind of have that. So what you can do with this information is you can, okay, I know that there's a kick in this 808. I can duck down that frequency to make them mesh. Or you can just pick a higher range kick, a lower range 808. Just things to add to your arsenal, right? These are not, hey, this is what I do and it's done. No, it's just things to get you to think a little different, all right, when you're making music, okay? So hopefully this has helped you out, guys. Just tools that I've used over the years and I continue to use from time to time when I do need them, but I don't let them be the end all be all, okay? Leave me a comment below. Let me know if this has helped you out. Just think a little different. Look at the way you're mixing a little different, or if you're currently using something like this or something different that could help me out. I'd appreciate it. If you need help starting mixing, or you're just getting in the process of mixing, I did release How I Start Every Mix, a mini course. The link will be below. Go ahead and register if you want to take that. Also, I have Pro Q2, Pro Q3, Pro MB presets that are free for you to download as well below. So feel free to have at it. But I hope this helped you again. I go by the name of Blessons, guys, and remember to always, always, always trust your ears. I'm out.
Blessons did it.